Hello everyone, I'm Hakeemuddin. Today I'm going to demonstrate Deferral Accounting Add-On in Tally accounting software. For that purpose, we are going to create two accounts here. Under Masters, I'm going to create a ledger for office rent, which will be under my indirect expenses. And this is VATable in nature, so 5% tax. And here is a question whether deferral is required. I will mark it as yes, and then it will ask me what will be the deferral ledger. For that, I'm going to use the shortcut of Alt-C, and I'm going to create another ledger, which is prepaid rent, and that will be under my current assets. So I want to pay for the rent. I want to distribute it on a monthly basis in my accounting, which is generally done manually using journal entries, but here we are going to use the solution and automate that process. Now I will save this by clicking on accept. Now here I have my office rent expense. Let me make it more clear by writing the word expense in the end, so we can differentiate easily between office rent expense and the prepaid rent. And then I want to accept it and save this. Now I will quit the screen or press escape on my keyboard to go back. I'll go to vouchers from here. In the purchase section, I'm using the accounting invoice voucher mode. Today is 19th, so I'm going to record an invoice from the supplier, which is a real estate company for me. And I want to pay them for the office rent expense, an amount of 36,500. This is for the ease of calculation and understanding the distribution. The moment I hit enter, the system is going to ask me what is the starting and ending date for my rent. So let's take an example. Let's say the rent starts on 15th of January 2025 and it ends on 14th of January 2026. And immediately the system will distribute and show you the amounts which it is going to pass for each month when the deferral is run. Then we are paying VAT on this rent, so that is getting calculated automatically. And here we can have a narration. This is office rent for FY 2025, and I will accept this. Now if I escape and go back to my main screen, I can go to the profit and loss, and what happens is this in the year 2024 this amount appears as my expense by default. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go to this add-on of deferral accounting, go to the purchase voucher, and here I can see the transaction which I've just passed, and it tells me it has not been reversed. Now I can go to the detail section, and here I can see these are the 13 transactions which are going to be passed because I'm starting mid of the month. I will select this particular line, and I'll say create deferral. I want to distribute this amount, yes, and immediately all these values turn into yes, indicating that the deferral entries have been passed. Let's escape. I'll go back to the daybook. I'll change the date range here. Let me change the range, sorry, to include till 31 December 2025. And then I can see the December entry has been reversed in the month of December, and in the month of January of 2025 there is one deferral entry which has been passed. Let me change the range here till 2026 for our example, and then you should be able to see all the deferral entries which the system has passed. Since we have kept the amount similar to the number of days in a year, 365 in this case, so you can easily compare this. So 17 days of January, then 28 days have 2,800, so on and so forth. And the contract is ending on 14th of Jan, so 14 days deferral amount is passed here in the month of 2026 January. And the impact on profit and loss, on 2024 profit and loss, now that expense has been reversed. And if I change the period and I look at 2025 only, then I can see the office rent expense of 35,100. Now I will go and add on auto column of monthly, and then you should see that the rent amount has been distributed on a monthly basis. The same concept can be applied on all your expenses and even your revenue items. So we have given this feature wherein you can select for which voucher type you want to activate this particular module of deferral. So let's say you want to activate it even for your sales invoices. And in this case, I'm going to create a ledger. Let's call it my annual maintenance income. So I'm charging for 1 year of maintenance to my clients, which is a direct income from my company, which is taxable. And there is a deferral required for this, yes. I will create a deferred revenue liability account under current liabilities. Accept this and accept the main account also. I'll go back by pressing the escape key on my keyboard, go to the vouchers. This time I'm recording a sales invoice. Just make sure that the mode is accounting invoice since we are using ledgers here. Now same example, I am entering into a contract with a customer dated today, but the contract is going to start, let's say, from 1st of January. So I will come here, I will select my customer company, I will select my annual maintenance income which I just created, AMC for the year 2025. This is what I want to write it here, and the value, let's say in this case, is, we'll take a random value, 73,000. Same question, what is the starting and ending date in this case? So I will say this is starting from 1st of January 2025 and it is ending on 31st of December 2025. Do you want to activate deferral? I will say yes, and then I can see a distribution of income. Now this is very easy, but mostly we will come across a scenario where the dates are not exactly the starting and ending of the year. So what I will do is I want to go back. I want to say that, okay, now this particular AMC, let's say this is going to start from tomorrow. So 20th of December 2024 and it ends on 19th of December 2025. Now in this case, you can see the distribution starts immediately from this particular month onwards and it goes and stretches up to 19th of December 2025. Let's save this. Now we have a cost center feature. So if you are using cost center, let's say for this example, I want to create a cost center for my sales department and I want to tag that amount to that particular cost center. Then I have got VAT, which will be calculated automatically, and then I will save. Okay, I have a credit limit specified for my customer. So let me just change that particular credit limit quickly. I can change the credit limit from here. I'm just changing it for our example. I want to make it 500,000 so the system does not block me. I'll accept this and I will save my original transaction. Now if I go back in my profit and loss, I will see the entire income booked in the month of December itself, which is not correct and which I want to distribute it based on the contract period for my service which I'm going to provide. So for that, again, I can go back to the add-on, Deferral Accounting. This time it is a sales voucher and I can see the annual maintenance income which has a starting and ending date here. I'll select this and I'll create the deferral entry for the same. Now if I go back to my profit and loss, till 19th of December my income has become blank. So let's look at 31 December 2024. The income will only reflect the amount pertaining to this particular financial year because we have deferred the revenue according to that. Now let's change the period, make it 1st of Jan 25 to 31 December 25, and you can see the balance in the revenue here, and our expense entry is also sitting here. Again, I will make this monthly distributed so I can see that my monthly P&L is also now getting organized properly based on the duration of my contracts. Plus the system of deferral accounting is helping me saving the manual work of creating 12 or 13 transactions by automating that entire process. That is deferral accounting. For more information, please drop in a message or get in touch with us. This is Hakeemuddin from Cefi Computers Dubai. Thank you and have a nice day.